Welcome to my tea garden. I started this beautiful tea garden, this raised bed right here. I started all these seeds back in March and I grew them inside my house, and then I moved them to the greenhouse. And these plants are going to give our family so much more medicinal purpose, nutrition, and healing than any pharmacy, any essential oil, anything, any doctor could ever provide for us. And I'm not against those things at all, but this family is an herb family. I've always been. I grew up around herbs. My mom has always had a love for herbs and their medicinal purposes, and I am so excited to offer this to my family this year and be able to provide so many needs: cuts, scrapes, burns, upset tummies. So let's take a closer look and our first herb is fenugreek. So a lot of you have probably heard of fenugreek for mainly nursing mothers or expecting mothers, mothers who just had babies. It's a very good herb for growing milk supply and things like that. It's also good for womanly issues, other kinds of things. It's an annual herb, and it's the very first one that I planted. And this is going to provide us so many different things for women issues, even for the kids with upset stomach. We can make it teas, we can make it into seasonings for food. A lot of people put it into different Asian or Indian dishes, so we may try a little bit of that. But that's our first one, and we're pretty excited about that one. My next herb is a perennial. So it's a wildflower actually, and we're gonna grow it in our raised bed, and we're gonna use it for fresh teas. It's actually in the mint family, so it's along the same lines. You can put it in a tea for a refreshing summer drink or even a winter drink in a hot tea, and it's gonna be beautiful. It's going to see, I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous, and it's really gonna add a lot to that bed. I think it's gonna be a big staple for it. My lavender is still tiny, as you can see, but it's gonna catch up just fine with the other ones. And we're also gonna use lavender for a lot of different things. As you know, lavender has a most wonderful scent. It can be used for soaps, perfumes, lotions, anything like that. But we're also gonna use it in tea. It's really, really good for any kind of upset stomach, nausea, you know, vomiting, any kind of thing like that, indigestion. So any of us can use it, and it will be really helpful in those areas. And if I have enough, I may make some bouquets or add it to some soaps. These marigolds are probably one of the most beautiful and common flowers that people plant, and they grow on their homesteads or their balconies, patios, whichever. They are just absolutely gorgeous, and they're trouble-free. I mean, they have no issues. I might eventually have to move them to a separate space if they get big, because I do have 3 of them, 3 starts, so they might end up with their own special little place. But marigold, which is this one, is really, really good for sore throats. So you can put it in a tea, and it immediately helps with sore throats or any kind of, you know, drainage or allergy issues. And it's also really good as a ointment. It has antibacterial purposes, and you can rub it on cuts, scrapes, burns, anything like that. So that's probably going to be a real big one with the kids. You know, kids are kids, and they run and they fall, they get hurt, and I'm always looking for some kind of salve or ointment to put on them. And I love, 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 love medicinal herb ointments and salves. So the marigolds will be a big, big help around here. This next herb I was not familiar with at all. I feel like I'd heard it mentioned before by other homesteaders or moms or any you know, people along those lines, but I had never actually tried to grow it myself. So this one is licorice basil, and it's really good also for teas. You can put it in any kind of tea. I mean, it's basil, so it'll be yummy. And then it's also really good for seasonings on like your spaghettis or spaghetti sauces, any kind of Italian thing like that. It's supposed to be really yummy on them. So this is one that I'm actually gonna have to try and let y'all know, but I feel certain that it'll be pretty good. If you are a fellow herb grower or tea drinker, tea enthusiast, then you know chamomile and you love chamomile. I have a German chamomile, which is going to be absolutely wonderful in teas. If you have ever had chamomile tea, you know it is a perfect aid in relaxation. A lot of people drink it right before they go to sleep, and it just really helps your body relax. It's also good for digestion, and it's just a staple. It's a staple in tea, it's a staple in herbs. It's an annual as well, and it's gonna be a beautiful flower. They're almost like daisies, as you can see. So it's going to really add a lot to this tea garden. Next up is the lemon balm. It is also a perennial, and this isn't one that I've ever grown either. We love all kinds of things that range in this area, but we've never actually grown it ourselves. It's going to be really good in teas for digestive tract, for the nervous system, and for liver. So it's just all around a really good thing to put into your body, and you know, obviously in smart amounts and not overdone, but it's also really good for food. A lot of people use lemon balm for marinated chicken and fish, and others use it for jams and jellies. So it's going to be a staple in so many different things, for food, for flavoring, for teas, for medicinal, just for fun. I mean, it's going to be a really good thing for the tea garden and for the family. My most favorite for this tea garden that you just saw are dandelions. And most people are gonna think I'm absolutely crazy for planting and growing dandelions, but around here I cannot get enough of them. And I just recently found a dandelion salve. It actually came from Kim, and from the Elk Creek Hens and Pens. She brought me a dandelion salve, and I have used it on everyone. I've used it on me, the kids, the dogs when they get sores. It is a huge benefit to a homestead or to a family. And you can also make dandelion tea, you can make dandelion jelly, dandelion wine. I mean, there's endless opportunities for dandelion. Most people look at it as a weed, and I mean, I guess it is. You know, sometimes you can't use all of it, and it does take up a lot of space and room, but there are so many purposes that you can do with dandelion. I mean, it's absolutely endless, and I wish that more people would research it and find out that it's not just a nuisance in your yard. It can be used for so many different things. So I hope to really kind of educate others on dandelions. And you know, I've told many of them, if you want those dandelions out of your yard, just let me know and I'll come get them, because I'll use them. You know, I don't just mow over them and get rid of them. I will use them for a purpose, and they add so much to our family. So that is my most favorite part of the tea garden, is the dandelions. Last but not least, we have lemon mint. And that's pretty much a given one. You know, it's a lemon flavored mint, which is going to taste so yummy. You can put it in teas, summer drinks, ice water. You can put it on top of salads or use it as a topping for, you know, pastas or any kind of dish that you throw together that you need something pretty to throw on top. And I mean, it's gonna be very popular, and it's mint, so you know, it's gonna get really big and there's gonna be a lot of it. So we will have it for all kinds of things. I have no fear that we will ever run out of it, and we're really excited about that one because I haven't grown a lemon mint before. So thank you so much for everyone that has requested a tea garden video, who has followed this since I started these seeds, or to those who just jumped on. You know, tea is a really big thing to me. I love my tea. I love it morning, afternoon, night. It's so good for you, and there's so many different purposes, things that you can throw in it that are so good for your body. And you know, sometimes you just want a little bit of flavor, and these things will add so much. And you know, it's not just for tea. A lot of them can be used for tinctures or salves or ointments. The options are just absolutely endless with the flavoring, throwing them on food. I mean, what an amazing thing to grow on a homestead is a tea garden. I really hope this has encouraged a lot of others to start their own tea garden. It is not difficult, I promise you, because if I could start all these from seed and get them to plant starts, then you can too. It was very, very simple. And then I just transplanted them into the raised beds. So it's been a really fun journey starting this and learning about all these different herbs. I'm hoping to add more. You know, you can never have too many herbs, or you can never have too much in a tea garden. So maybe by the end of the summer we'll have an expanded tea garden, and we might try some in containers and see how that goes. And overall, I just hope that this all encouraged you all, and let me know in the comments if you do start your own tea garden. I know a lot of you do have them, or you do have herb gardens where you use for tea or other medicinal purposes. And I love watching. It's perfect to see other people doing the same thing and bouncing ideas off each other and getting, you know, different encouragement and inspiration. So thank you all for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed this episode on the Snivers Homestead, and I hope to talk to you in the comments.